Alright, hey, what's going on, everyone? Today, what I'm going to address is what the fucking hell is Nintendo's new codename NX? And the answer to that is we don't know. So that's the short of it. If you wanted to know what exactly it was, I can't give you that answer, so you can leave now if that's if that's what you were looking for. So Nintendo NX, you're kind of a special one right now. So a lot of people, and this is one thing that I'm just going to say right away, think that it's going to be a replacement for the Wii or the Wii U. And Nintendo themselves is denying that that is going to be the case, because they are going to say that since people are finally starting to buy the Wii U, people are finally starting to realize that it's a nice console, we don't want to say, okay, screw that, we're throwing that away, and here's NX. NX is not going to be a conventional console, I do not think. I think it's going to be something that's, and I'm going to make this point later. Nintendo is a consumer electronics company nowadays. They aren't just games anymore. They are a consumer electronics company. They've been working on other things apart from games lately. Like I believe there's something that promotes healthy sleep or something like that. I forget what it's called, but I'll talk more about that later. Right now, I just want to get across that Nintendo NX is not going to be some ordinary run-of-the-mill game console. It might not even be a game console at all. It might be some sort of streaming device or something that uses digital-only media, which I personally don't care for. But it's. I think it's going to be something along the lines of that, because they keep saying it's not necessarily going to be a successor to the Wii or the Wii U. Then what is it going to be? Is it going to be a new handheld? Is it going to be like like some sort of smart TV box thing or something like that? We don't know. All we know is that it might play games, it might do this, it might do that, but we don't know for sure. And one thing I definitely want to say is that there are games that are going to be coming out well into 2017 for the Wii U that are scheduled, at least 2016. Pardon. Um, and one of them is Pokken Tournament, which is sort of a it's a Pokemon fighting game, and it's something that I am desperately like. I am on the edge of my seat for that. I cannot wait until that comes out on the Wii U, and it's like a one-on-one fighting game, like your Street Fighter, your Mortal Kombat, stuff like that. Only it's Pokemon, and it's really badass. So, and I'm waiting for that to come out on the Wii U, and it's like it's actually an arcade style thing. I could talk about it all day, but it would just waste all my time on that. Um, but yeah, they're going to be releasing games well into 2016, maybe into 2017. But don't expect the new console to or the new NX to replace the Wii or Wii U, because it's not going to. Another point I do want to make is that with the Wii U, I think Nintendo is realizing, especially as of late, because Black Friday and Cyber Monday recently passed, that a lot of people are actually buying the console right now, and and that further strengthens my point and their point that it would be a stupid idea, now that people are now that they're finally building an install base, that it would just be stupid to stop now and you just put out another console. And I do think that Nintendo is going to most likely keep the Wii U, at least maybe try to keep the Wii U, uh, you know, discontinue the Wii U at least sometime near when the One and PS4 might end their life cycles, because that's going to come pretty fast, because the hardware in all three consoles are already pretty outdated. And that's usually not necessarily the case with consoles. For instance, the Xbox 360, when it came out, that was some state of the art hardware. Um, and nowadays, that's not necessarily the case, because nowadays, if you release a console, it's going to be obsolete in a couple months, and then you're done. And then what are you going to do? Because you know graphics cards like the 980 Ti and the Titan X, I believe. Those are absolutely massively powerful graphics cards, and consoles couldn't even come close to those, which is unfortunate, but it's just the reality of things. I mean, people generally don't buy consoles for graphics or anything. Well, they do, fanboys do, but people generally buy consoles for their simplicity and for the fact that they're just there and you can buy them and they're going to do what you want. And the PC does not work that way at all. I can tell you as a PC gamer that that is not how shit works on PC. There's so much troubleshooting you would not believe it, for any non-PC gamers out there. So PC Master Race, I'm not one of those PC Master Race people. I'm a gaming Master Race person. I don't care if you play your games on a fucking potato. Play your games, be happy, have fun. And that could also lead into whatever Nintendo is doing right now. And that actually brings up another point, and it's that if you're going to buy a Wii U, I suggest you do it this holiday season, because right now they're kind of selling like crazy, and as a result, I think people are realizing that, and they're sort of cutting people deals because they're absolutely flying off the shelves now. It is going to get to the point where these sales are going to stop, because it's going to hit January and February and March, and then the holiday season is going to be over. But if you're gonna buy a Wii U, I highly suggest you do, and I suggest you do it now. And I don't even have one, and I'm actually looking for a deal on one right now. But I've seen the games that this thing has, and oh man, I really want one. I really do want one. So, and back on, I digress. So back onto the topic of the NX. I personally think it's just going to be some sort of streaming box or some sort of random consumer electronics thing. I really don't think, and I know for a fact it's not going to be a successor to the Wii or Wii U. I don't think it's going to be a handheld. Well, actually, that does bring up something, a rumor that I'd heard, and this is a rumor. I could be talking out of my ass right now because I don't know if this is true, but apparently someone did say that with the NX, there are multiple different units that do different things. And I don't mean like multiple different consoles that do different things. I mean like multiple pieces of the same thing that do a lot like how the gamepad and Wii U relationship is. You have the gamepad with the big screen, and that has some functionality. And I did hear that the NX is going to have something similar to that, and I believe I heard that months and months ago. But I guess it's sort of interesting that someone would pull that up, and I don't really know how well the whole gamepad thing is yet, because I haven't really experienced it. I do know it's a nice thing and it can enhance gameplay and whatnot, but I don't know. I mean, as far as the NX is concerned, I would really like to see something that innovates, that makes people say, "Holy shit, I can't get anything like this anywhere else. So shit, I'm gonna have to go out and buy an NX. Shit, I'm gonna have to go get this thing if I can't play this anywhere else." Like most Nintendo things, actually, because Nintendo is very, very heavily reliant on their first-party IPs, because obviously it's Nintendo. I mean, if you don't know that, then how new to gaming are you? But yeah, I do want them to really innovate and appeal to gamers again, because while they are appealing to gamers with the Wii U, they're not marketing it to gamers. They're appealing to gamers, but they're not marketing to gamers. And what I mean by that is that the Wii marketed to casuals. That's as far as I'm going to go. I'm just going to say it marketed to casuals. It did. It did market to casuals. It marketed to your grandparents that were going to buy this and use it as a bowling machine. It didn't market to gamers who are going to play, shooters and games like Grand Theft Auto and, shit like that. They didn't appeal to those people, people that have, even retro gamers, stuff like that. Gamers at heart. Gamers. Us, you, I, gamers. So they didn't appeal to us. They appealed to just normal people. They appealed to people that don't generally have an interest in gaming, but they want to have something as like a little party device or something like that. And that's one of the reasons it sold like fucking crazy, is because one, it was very gimmicky, and two, it appealed to that audience, which is bigger than we are generally, because that's just everyday people, and so they sold like what a trillion units. So not literally, but and with the Wii U, they're back on the sort of gaming side. They're back on our side. They want us to come back to them, but we feel a little bit betrayed by what they did with the Wii. And I personally was okay with the Wii. I kind of liked it, but it wore off after a while, and I didn't care anymore. But with the Wii U, Nintendo is like, "Hey, we're back into gaming. Here, have these really awesome games and stuff, and we're sorry." And And people are just like beyond Nintendo at this point because of what they did with the Wii, and they don't care anymore because they've moved on to Xbox or PlayStation or PC or Potato. They've moved on, and so they're not concerned with Nintendo anymore. And that's actually one thing that I'm worried about. And I believe that Nintendo, with whatever the NX is going to be, they may try to appeal to gamers, but I don't necessarily know how they're going to do that if it's not going to be a conventional console. But we'll see. Nintendo's pulled some weird shit that ended up working, but I don't really know if this is going to be one of them. Until we get more details, I'm not really going to say anything because I'm probably just going to end up talking out of my ass. But I really hope, Nintendo, that whatever you're doing right now, Kimishima-san, whatever you're doing right now, don't fuck it up, because you're going to run out of chances to redeem yourselves after the Wii. So please, please, for the sake of gaming, for the sake of yourselves, please, and I'm just an idiotic nobody on the internet, please, don't fuck this up, because your company is literally relying on good things that are going to sell a lot of units, and you've been producing those things, you just haven't been marketing them correctly. Can't talk. Anyways, market your games to gamers. Put some ads out there, for fuck's sake. Just make gamers realize that you exist and you are here and you are good and you are awesome, and remind them that graphics don't mean everything. It's gameplay. While you do need nice graphics to appeal to some people, me, I could care the fuck less if it had Atari 2600 graphics and it played and it had like the best storyline in the fucking world. I would bypass the graphics completely, and I would love the game for what it is, not what it looks like. So, and that's the message to all you graphics whores out there that only care about graphics and nothing else, no substance, anything. That really fucking kills the gaming industry. I hope you know that, when all you care about is the graphics and playing the same shit over and over and over again. It really pisses me off. But it's and like I said, I'm an idiotic nobody on the internet. I have 16 subscribers as I make this video. I'm nobody. But if anyone does see this and anyone agrees with me, at least help share that. Nintendo needs to appeal to gamers and market to gamers. While they're appealing to gamers with the Wii U, they're not marketing to gamers, and they need to do that. And with the NX, they need to they really need to clean their shit up with the NX, because the Wii was great and also a disaster. The Wii U was just a disaster, and the NX needs to clean up the disaster. So, I really do hope that, they do eventually release a conventional game console that outshines the others in a lot of ways. And I know Nintendo has the power to do it. They have the money. They have the minds to do this stuff. It's just they need to get their heads out of their asses, and they need to just get with the damn times, and they need to do what they need to do to appeal to gamers and sell 100 million units again. So, Nintendo, this is a message directly from me to you. Don't fuck up. Appeal and market to gamers. And please, for fuck's sake, clean up your mess after the Wii. Because whatever NX is going to be, and I'll say this a billion times and I'll never emphasize it enough for me to be satisfied with it. With the NX, please just do what we ask, because we are who's paying for your stuff. You are not paying for your stuff. You're paying to produce it, yes. We're paying to buy it. You need to appeal to the people that are going to buy it, which are the gamers, who are the people that are going to buy game consoles to play games. You need to appeal to those people, because that's what gaming is about. Do what you're doing with the 3DS. Even if you don't like handheld gaming, you have to agree with me on this. The 3DS is selling like fucking crazy, and it's keeping Nintendo in the green for the most part. But if they brought that kind of effort over to home consoles and appealed to gamers in that way, I think it would work. I think it would work if they, just released a gaming centric thing that doesn't have any fucking whiz bang bullshit like the Xbox One originally has, or even the current gen consoles have now. If they just released a standard console that plays games for cheap and did it well, with up to date hardware and up to date software and up to date this and up to date that, and they just released it for cheap enough, and they put good games on it, and they said, hey, this is a game console. It's for playing games. You play games on it. You don't do anything else on it. This is what Nintendo is about. It's about the games. It's not about all the other bullshit. It's about the games. The gamers that have been around since the 70s. So, and well, Nintendo gamers have only been around since 1980s. But, you get what I mean. All these gamers that grew up with Nintendo. Nintendo is not what it was. It's big, yes. It's still massive, but it's not the games company it was. It's still a damn fine games company, but it's not as game centric as it once was, because it used to be just games. They didn't really care too much about hardware. They did, obviously, because they needed to stay up to date, but it was kick-ass games to beat the competition, kick-ass games to beat the competition, kick-ass games to beat the competition. And that's what they need to be about again. They need to release first-party IPs, both mature and not mature, that appeal to gamers, and make the gamers say, oh, fuck, man. They might see, hopefully they'll see advertisements on TV because they need to market it. Oh, fuck, man, I gotta go get that thing. That's badass. I'm gonna pick up a Wii U or an NX, or and I'm gonna play the shit out of that, and I'm gonna log 700 trillion hours, and that's what needs to happen. So I just needed to rant a little bit, and I needed to post something because it's been like 3 weeks since I've posted on here, because personal life has taken over and I've been exhausted. So I thought I would just post this little rant. I'm basically thinking on the mic, so if there's problems in this little argument, then so be it. Bitch at me in the comments if you want to. Just don't be an asshole. So, thanks for listening to this one, guys. I'll see you later.